Great race. It was kind of sloppy on my end, but I'm just happy to come out and have silver medal on my first
Race going as you had planned, or what went wrong?
Hit a few hurdles, chopped a few hurdles, but you know, it was my first. You know, like of course I went through the rounds, but it was my first serious time running in a few weeks, and you know, I'm just happy to come out here with a silver medal.
What can you say about the goal of the winner?
Pardon?
What can you say about Varhog?
He's gonna be great, phenomenal all year. Pretty good runner, and you know, like everyone expected him to win, and he did just that, and he didn't shy away from the competition, so it was pretty good for him, and you know, all hats off to him as well.
You've had some good running from you, Carson and Samba,
yeah,
and obviously in everyone's mind it's the world record.
Yeah.
How soon do you think we can do this? We can see this?
Probably next year. I think this year was so long that it was kind of hard to put a finger on it. We ran pretty well in Zurich, and I think that's just a testament to show that, you know, these long seasons are kind of taxing, and it's hard to come out here in October and run 3 rounds and expect a PR. I think next year will be a lot better because the games are a lot earlier, and it'll be a more fruitful season.
Why are you so young guys so good right now?
Yeah. I mean, we're pretty young, so it's a lot of time. I think it's just unfair to, you know, put the expectation on us so early, given that it's our first go around with each other, and it's just a testament to show that, you know, in the future we'll be great competing against each other. I do. Considering where I was a few weeks ago, I was contemplating scratching this meet due to injury, and you know, it's kind of hard for me. But I came out here and did what I had to do. Tried to win gold, and you know, I'll settle for silver for now. But you know, I'm pretty excited. Paid the price. Pretty gashed up knee right here. So it's just been it's a sloppy race, but you know, I got it done.
Obviously, this being your first big international competition on a world stage, what did you take away from this?
Just to be patient and just to trust everything. I think it's also important not to be too hard on yourself, and just take each day for itself, and not think about tomorrow, and not think about the next thing ahead. I think I learned a lot definitely in that aspect, and you know, going into 2020 and 2021, I think it'll be great just to have this experience and have this behind me, and just, you know, take small things and learn from them.
There's no doubt that the 400 meter hurdles is now a very competitive place. What do you anticipate for the event itself over the next year or so?
I think it'll be a lot faster next year. I think this year we just barely put our toes in the water and showing our ability and showing how fast we can go. And I think next year, with it being shorter and a lot faster, I think it'll be a lot better than this year. This year was so long, so dragged out. I mean, it's October, and we ran fast when we were supposed to run fast. And you know, it's 3 rounds here in Doha. It's a long way from home. Climate is definitely different. Spectators weren't as, you know, it wasn't as supportful as you know, previous meets. So I think you have to take all that into consideration, and I think 2020 is going to be great. Japan has a pretty good you know, track and field sports system, and 2021 will be even better because it's in Oregon. That's track town. So I mean, I'm looking forward to that. Should he be worried? I think, yeah, definitely. I mean, we're all young. It's our first go around, so I think maybe next year we'll get there, definitely. Well, so I was at practice about 4 or 5 days before I left for Doha, and I was 12-stepping, and you know, I banged a hurdle pretty hard and crashed, and all my weight went on my heel, and immediately I couldn't really walk. And went to the doctors, got an x-ray. It wasn't broken, thankfully, but I had a pretty bad bone bruise, and I was on crutches for a few days, and I still flew out here, you know, did as much as I could, and like, I think the Tuesday before the first round, I think my first round was Friday, and my coach just sat me down, and Coach Watts was like, look, man, like, you look terrible, and I think it's important that, he was like, I think it's important that, you know, you take your career into consideration, and we're thinking about scratching you because you just don't look good. And you know, I had a pretty tough moment there, and I had to reconsider some things, and I think we just made the decision with my trainer just to, you know, see how I feel leading up to the day of the first round, and you know, I felt good enough to go out there. That's why I was wearing that sleeve first 2 days, and you know, it felt good. First day, second day was kind of iffy, and I, you know, felt good enough to go out the second day. And you know, today I just decided not to wear it and not to get wrapped because it's the last round and I'm gonna give it everything I got. So I mean, that was just my progression towards this championships. It's been pretty tough mentally, but you know, I made it, and I'm just happy to come out with the silver.
How much did it impact you today?
I definitely did think about it. It does hurt during the warm-up sometimes, and you know, like I said, it's a World Championship final. No one really cares that my heel hurts, and my competitors don't care. So I mean, I can't use that I couldn't use that as an excuse. That's why I didn't talk about it for the first few days here to the media. I just kind of kept it to myself, and you know, now that I'm done, like, I can share it with you guys.
You kind of landed on your heel on 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Did it hurt there?
It did hurt there a little bit, but like I said, toughed it out, and you know, I don't want to make it a habit to complain. I just had to do what I had to do, and you know, I'm thankful that I was able to get through it. Still hurts right now, and I want to take a few days off, actually a few weeks off to, you know, get this thing healed all the way and come back next year and have an even better season.
Did you think you could get him in the last hurdle?
Yeah, I did. I hit the last hurdle, gashed my foot pretty bad right here, and you know, it kind of threw me off. But like I said, learning experience, and you know, it's my first one, and you know, I will have a much better year next year.
I know you weren't focused on times, but everybody would have predicted at least the sub 40.
Yeah, I know.
Was it conditions? Was it long season?
I think it was conditions, long season, and audience. I think the support from the media wasn't here. I mean, not from the media, from the fans wasn't really here, and it's hard to run 3 rounds in October. It's like just unspoken of, and I think next year in Tokyo will be a lot better because that's when the season's supposed to end. And if you pay attention to the entire year, we're running fast around that time. So, I mean, it'll be a lot better next year. I really couldn't. I just warmed up every day, and I was out on the practice track. I couldn't really hurdle, and I'll just go over 1 or 2 hurdles. But you know, it's just something where coaches were just like, you know, just go out there and see what happens, man. And we kept our fingers crossed, and I made it through the first round. And yeah, that's why I went out so slow first 2 days and kind of tried to manage it. But like I said, learning experience was very rough for me, and I'm just proud of myself that, you know, I stayed intact mentally and just focused on what I had to do.
What are you going to do tonight to celebrate your first silver medal?
I'll tell you guys, but I'm gonna keep that one to myself. But I'm definitely gonna go, you know, celebrate with my coaches and just, you know, take it all in and maybe get ready for this 4x4, but we'll see. Yeah. It'll be great. I think we're just dipping our toes in the water and testing our potential right now, and I think next year will be a lot better. All right.
Need some Caribbean American.